What is up, guys? Today is a interesting day, and I was actually looking for this video for the last 2 days, but it wasn't uploaded until 5 minutes ago, which I'm super excited about. I'll be most likely the first person to review this because I have a big interest in the behind the scenes of any video production video. I think they're always very interesting. I think these are the videos that you can learn a lot from. And for this video, I am not going to edit it at all. I just want to freeball it a little bit and premiere it so that you guys can watch it with me, so we can all learn together. And I just want to say that, again, these behind the scenes, or other words, BTS, are very common in any music, not even just music videos, just generally all videos. And the reason being is that it's nice to see what happened in the background for any reference points. Let's say you want to make another video, whether it is music video related or not. It's a good point to just jump back on these type of videos and see, okay, how did we build things up? How did we shoot certain scenes? What happened with certain elements, for example? And the very good reference points. Every shoot that I have been on, big productions that went on YouTube or TV, they always had someone, sometimes it's an intern, sometimes it's just an assistant, filming the entire production. And I must say, it's quite a tough job. But today we're going to be looking at advice and TAEMIN and the BTS scenes, otherwise known also as behind the scenes. Not BTS related, but TAEMIN related. I must say, I'm really excited to actually look at this. I did not see this yet, so I would just say, let's jump right into it and see what it has to offer. And we'll pause through it, of course. And if you guys have anything to say, put it in the comment section or in the chat. And I will be there as well to watch it with you guys. And I don't know how long this video is. Let's see how long this video will take. But I think it's going to be a very interesting video to look at. And of course, it gives us another opportunity to look at TAEMIN. Let's have a little look. I must say, it's really cool to see him like this. He looks very criminal based. And I was watching one of his videos. I don't know which one it was. I think it was how they did the photo shoot. And they were always talking about how he loves to have contrasts in his videos, aka a good, a bad, a positive, a negative. I really like that idea, actually. His concepts are always very interesting to look at. He's actually singing. But I just want to say, it's nice to see that he actually also has the skill to play piano. There are a lot of artists as well that will pretend to play piano and film that. I think that's a bit lame. It's nice to see that TAEMIN can play the piano. And a lot of you guys already said in the comments that it's the same piano that he has at home. Super cool. I'm amazed that he has space in his apartment or in his house for a piano. That means that he has a big place. Cool. Again, it's nice that they're actually doing this with very loud speakers and making sure that the music is playing non-stop. Really, really cool. And let's see what this guy is actually doing. I think he's giving him direction on how to do something. Very, very interesting. I think I was told by some of you guys that TAEMIN has a lot of say in his productions, but it actually shows that there is a director there, or at least someone who sees things through a camera. Because it's nice to have an idea in your head, but it doesn't always portray correctly in a camera mode. So it's always nice to see that someone is like, hey, can you do it a little bit different? Can you do it a little bit better? It's nice always to give tips and to work as a team. And TAEMIN is listening, always good. Let's have a look at the camera equipment, actually. I mean, I think this is an RE. Very nice. A camera arm. So I first thought they were using a drone of some sort because it was very high, but it just shows they were using a very big crane with a camera on top of it. Really, really cool, actually, to look at it. And I think this is always a better option than having people filming right next to your face. And the reason why, it gives the artist or the person you're filming a little bit of space. Again, look at all the paper in the background. So cool, so nice. I really wonder if he's actually playing here. And I think he is, because it doesn't sound like a speaker, it actually sounds like a piano. There's a different tone. Really cool. Let's have a little look at that camera, actually. I want to see how they filmed it. So shutter is at 90, 60 FPS. A little bit of a weird shutter though, because normally you would film at double the FPS, aka it should be on 120, but they have it on 90. It would be interesting to know why they did that. Maybe to make it a little bit brighter, I'm not very sure. White balance 4300K. That's a very nice white. Actually, it's the most whitest color that you can get. A little bit on the colder side. Yes, on the cold side, but this is actually the good number. I normally shoot around 4200, 4400, so 4300 is quite okay. Shooting on a 25mm on a full frame or super 35mm. Not really sure what they're shooting on here, but super cool. And they're shooting in 4K and in log mode. Cool. And for the people who are interested about why this is interesting to me, it's just the numbers, you know, because I've always been told that you need to shoot in double the shutter of the FPS. So 60 should be 120, but they're not doing it. That means that it's okay sometimes to shoot a little bit lower. That's nice. Maybe it's for an effect. Again, very nice to have a crane here, giving him the space he needs to film how he wants to. Again, really good job on the lighting, and I think they are using an RE here actually while we're speaking about it. But can we just give compliments to the lighting? Whoever is controlling it is doing a fantastic job. That is some real timing, you know, that needs to be accurate. It has to be on beat, not only to the music, but also to the dance choreography. Everything has to fit. Really nice, actually. Is that actually a gimbal underneath it? I want to see the crane again. I think there's a gimbal controlling the arm. That means that I think this part is a motor. Can you guys see that? I think that's a motor allowing it to pan, and someone else is controlling that. Really cool. Can somebody just tell me, by the way, is these hair extensions or did he actually grow it? I would be curious to know that actually. Put it in the chat. This is that scene, by the way, and I first thought I was pretending I saw this thing, but it shows that they were actually filming this on two scenes. One time zooming in into the wider angle, and then a second shot to basically allow it to zoom into this keyhole, basically. And that is this scene, actually. So they did use another shot that is a little bit more clear, a little bit more sharp, with a very zoomed in lens. I think this is a macro lens. It has to be one, because that is really sharp. Again, it's a shutter on 90. It's so weird how they have it on. Can we go back there a little bit? One sec. Again, a shutter of 90. Very interesting. But it's very important to remember. Do you see how these numbers always stay the same? And that's important. When you film, make sure that everything is similar to one another, because it's much harder to edit if it's all different. Keep it all similar, much easier to edit in post. Very good always to keep talking about these things. I think it's always important that you, whatever you do, you should always talk with your team fully as much as possible and try to cooperate things. And I like that about TAEMIN. He's full of ideas. He's like, I think this, I think that. What about this? What about that? And you know, you might think, look, dude, you're only the guy in front of the camera. But no, it's always good to share ideas, because not all the producers, not all the directors or videographers, whoever is there helping with the production, would have come up with these ideas. So it's good that they're actually pulling this away like this, or allowing him to also have a say in it. Really? This is handheld? No way. Do you guys see that? I thought this part was done with mechanically. This is so cool. Hats off to this guy. He deserves a promotion. This scene really looks cool. The way he did it with this in the scene, I don't know if you remember that part, but that is super well done. Yeah, it's planned, of course. Sometimes the unplanned things are always the better things in any video shoots that you do, you know. Sometimes you plan as much as you want. One production, for example, I was filming, we were preparing, I think, 2 months in advance. And when we got on location, everything went different according to plan. So, interesting about that. You know, it's all about just spreading ideas, having a good time there, and, you know, create something that fits not only the storybook that you're trying to create, but also it fits the entire morality of all the people that take place in the video. Damn it, we're only 2 minutes in and we're already filming for 10 minutes. It's gonna be a bit of a longer video. That's okay, I think. Very nice filming. Ah, you see, it is motorized. That is kind of cool. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can. Let me put it on screen really quickly. But here you can see that look how the camera changes its angle. So it is motorized. That means someone is controlling it. I don't know if this is something from DJI or not, but it is still super, super cool to see that someone is not only controlling the arm, but there's a second person controlling the camera. Super nice. Bit of a smoke effect in the background. I still think it's amazing how much they did in this one location. And yet the concept and the location itself looks so unique with every shot. And that's because of the angles, the coloring, the lighting, the action, the dancing. There's enough to distract you from actually the simplicity of the video, which is fantastic. So I was right about this as well. That's super cool. So these are beamers in the background, and they most likely have another one on the other side pointing this way and another one pointing this way. I'm happy about that. Is that my phone going crazy? I'm sorry for that, guys. Let's turn off my phone so it doesn't beep anymore. That's okay. But I'm happy I guessed this right. It just makes me happy that I understand what they use, because I've seen it before in the past, and makes me happy just. That's all I have to say. Projectors are amazing if you know how to use them. I mean, look at this effect. It looks so cool. Super cool as well. Again, look at the amount of work that has to go into these things. Do you see the second guy as well? I don't know what she's holding, in all honesty, but I think it's the sound. I don't know why, but I have a feeling she's holding a recorder, or she's holding a what do you call it, to wirelessly display HDMI out. I'm not sure if that is it either. I'm not really sure what it is. I can't see it because it's a little bit unsharp, but it doesn't really matter. And that's the right thing. I think TAEMIN got very ambitious in this video. He really wanted to go bring it to the next level. And I must say, it looks really good. There's one thing I do need to get, and that is actually one of these holders. I think this is so much easier to hold than a single-hand gimbal. A lot of people say single-hand gimbals are the future. I just still think they are very inaccurate, because you just don't have the stability in one hand. You have more stability in two hands. And remember when we reviewed, actually, what was it called again? New Face with Psy. That little light, I don't know where it is at the moment. Doesn't really matter. It's a great little product, and I still think you should all have one if you're going to start out with filming. Very simple to have, very cheap to buy. They're good and worth it. And it helps a lot with filming these kind of scenes. It just gives that a little bit of extra light, which is very important. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, this is something I'm really curious about. That's a very small room. Let's see what they did with it. So adorable how small it is. I wonder how they made this. I know they just most likely just got rid of all the legs and make everything a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. This doesn't even have to be a bed. It could just be cardboard for all we know. But it looks good. It looks a bit like he's sniffing the floor here. It's like he's like, damn it, I lost my coin. I lost my penny on the floor. No. But again, that small little light is just so powerful. And I don't know where mine is at the moment. I used it again, but I just don't know where I left it. But guys, if you have one, go get one. Or if you don't have one, go get one. It's the best tool ever. lighting is key. You know, a lot of people say that microphones are important. Yeah, if you're singing, but for videography, the light is like the microphone for YouTubers, for example. It's just so important. Very nice actually to see him perform like this. That's a very interesting chair though, if you look at the design. Again, do you guys see this little arm? Is this one of those LED tubes again? I think they put it in a diffuser. Really cool. Really nice equipment. Like, it's so expensive, some of the stuff that they use, but, you know, all I can do is like, wow. If I had my own big company, you know, of course I would get the same because I want to have the best quality as well. I think people like TAEMIN, anyone who pays for your services should always deserve the best. And it doesn't really matter if it's a big production video like this or you're just shooting something for a kid. If he's telling you, I want to make a video, make his dreams alive, guys. Don't just give up and make it simple because he's a kid. Give him the best as if he was TAEMIN. Always think about it like that. Always try to impress that person because you never know who watched that video. I love the classical mix with hip-hop. It's a very nice mix, actually. I think it's fantastic. Very nice vibe, actually. Super cool. Super nice, actually. I'm curious why these people are blended out. I'm really curious about why. They could just be extras, they could be interns. I don't really know why it is, but I would feel proud to be on such a production. I would just say, yeah, show that I was there. It's a good reference, you know. If you blur yourself out, you make yourself look a bit weak, in my opinion. And I learned it also in marketing, that when you do marketing for a company, for example, I always think it's so difficult to convince people to show their face on any type of marketing activity. But a lot of people just don't want to do it. I'm like, guys, this is for you. Imagine your face being on top of a production. It's super cool. No idea what they did here, but that's fine. Serious face. The iconic TAEMIN look. Let me actually try it. I want to go. Is that it? Is that it? I don't know. Do I look okay? Write in the chat because I'm like, so cool. Nice. I think TAEMIN is really going to change the army band like crazy. Can you imagine them marching into a war, you know, with TAEMIN singing in the background? That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? I would surrender immediately. I really love as well the color contrasts that they did here, the green and the pink. I think it gives a bit of a Joker look, a very sinister look. These are very sinister colors actually, mixed together. And it looks very nice. And on top of that, I must say what they did here with the blacks on his skin, it just adds a little bit more contrast to his skin and just a little bit more of a depth to his look. Again, you know, this TAEMIN thing, it's all about his face, and he knows that his face is so powerful. Very nice. And I think that's it, no? That's a wrap. Oh, this is the part where I know that he wasn't driving. I want to know what they did here, actually. Was this in a green screen, or was it actually in the tunnel? Let's find out. Oh, this is the accident.
이대로 나오면 초록색. 바람이라도 날려야 되는 거 아니야? 기분이 안 나네.
좋습니다. 컷. 오케이입니다.
오케이입니다.
Damn it, I wanted to see how they filmed the tunnel part with the non-moving car. I checked this as Mino actually came. I saw his reaction with him. I thought these guys are really good friends. Plus, I like Minho. I think he has a great smile.
어드바이스 사행시. 어처구니가 없네. 갑자기.
He must be so proud, you know, to be friends with him. Two artists supporting each other till the end. Very cool. And sometimes I wish there were more people supportive for other people. I think in such an industry, you know, whether you're an artist or whether you're in the background, or I think it's always important that you should always show respect to everyone and motivate others to do more, motivate others to reach their next skill set. Because a lot of times when I started wanted to actually start filming, a lot of people thought I was crazy. A lot of people thought I'm crazy for even starting YouTube. But then you have other people that try to convince you, and it's actually really fun then. And then you mix with the right people and you grow yourself.
지금 그럼 그런 느낌을 사고를 당한 느낌이다. 뭔가 손 들면서부터 시작한다고 생각합니다.
Really nice. I'm still curious what this one thing is, what they're always holding. Where is it? Like this guy is holding it here. It's like this little box, and I think it's the Wi-Fi transmitter, or not the Wi-Fi transmitter, the HDMI transmitter. But I might be mistaken completely. It's so nice to always see TAEMIN in action now. Let's go back to it a little bit. So some people here, for example, thought this would be a real fire and the car was on fire. But if you look at it closely, you can see 4, maybe 5 light sources. So one here, one here, one here, and one here. And that's not how a fire should spread. But I love what they did here with the smoke in the background. It's a nice little contrast to the background. It makes the background so much more interesting to look at instead of just having no smoke. This crop top. A lot of people also commented on this, like Mino even commented on his makeup. It looks like he was crying. And again, it's such a nice contrast to his plus and negative emotions, or, you know, his contrast that he wants to develop in these videos. It always just looks really good. And I'm happy that no matter what he does, he always tries to explore himself even further. You know, some people might say this song is not successful. Other people might say they love it much more than the rest. I just think it doesn't really matter. I think it's someone trying to discover himself and finding his own music skills. You know, it's not always just following the safe route. It's always about trying new things. And TAEMIN is king in that, you know. I like that. I think trying new things is key to success. Very nice. Everyone celebrating, everyone happy. That's it? That's really it? Damn it, I thought we still had another 8 minutes to go, but it seems like we didn't. But I just want to say, I just want to talk a little bit while we're just going to go through it again a little bit. I just want to say, for a music video, it's a fantastic way to look at what happens in the background, how they shoot certain scenes. You know, at the beginning, I always thought like cranes are very annoying to have because they take a lot of time to set up. They're very heavy. You need a truck for this. And I've worked with production companies in the past that had these kind of things. And now I understand why they use them. It just gives the artist more space. And I think these are all the things that you can learn with videos like this. So if you're starting out and you want to film, let's say a group, let's say you just want to film a group of dancers, why not just, you know, watch these kind of videos for inspiration? You know, you can really play around with it. There's a group, for example, let me actually Google it very quickly. The J. I'm following, for example, these guys, and they're dancers, okay? I'm following them for the last year or so, or last 2 years. And you can really see that they're slowly learning as well how to actually film proper videos. They're actually learning how to film, I'm not going to say the word music videos, but how to film dance videos very good. Being dynamic, moving with the cameras, multiple angles. And this is something you just learn basically with looking at other artists, looking at your own skill set. What do you still have to improve on? And I can only say, guys, if you're new to the industry, look at things like this. Don't always focus on what's happening in the video. Look what you think is happening and how it's made. It's going to help you a little bit more. But I must just say, it has been a good time with TAEMIN. His album is great. His last video is great. I think this was a very nice last present. Maybe he has something else still coming up. Maybe it does, and I just don't know about it. Put in the chat, and I would love to hear about that too. But from my point of view, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't yet, please check out my Patreon. It's just there support. So basically, the goal of my Patreon is not only to support the channel a little bit, but I always think as well that we should support others. And the money, or part of the money that I get from Patreon, my goal is to donate this to actually charities, musical charities, so that we can send musical kits around the world, to countries that don't have it. I think music is something that moves the world. It allows people to explain their expressions in some way, and in one of the ways, not in some way, because it is a unique way by itself, but it's one of the methods how people do it. And I think music is a very vital part. So if you want to be part of it, come join Patreon. Make sure to join the Discord. The links I will put, of course, in the chat. And if you did enjoy the video and you haven't yet, please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed and join me. Let's have a good time. Explore TAEMIN, other artists all together. And I hope you enjoyed this little premiere. I think I don't want to edit this. I wanted to make this like a semi-live stream. I think this is a better way of doing it, because live streaming is a little bit annoying when you get copyright strike listening to music and you just get shut down. We already had this twice. But I am considering to move over from Twitch to YouTube fully, and we play around a little bit, and then we can talk about music groups and explore how things are done. So thank you very much for watching, guys. And if you did enjoy, like I said, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and I'll catch you very soon again with another release. But for now, take my advice, just like TAEMIN says. See you then, guys, and have a good day, night, or morning. Should I stop kissing, by the way? Put in the chat. See you then, guys, and have a good one.